Hey, my sister and her husband apparently want to invite me on a trip with them. So, I'm leaving tomorrow.
What? They want to invite you on a trip? Wait, so the three of you are going on a trip together? What's the situation here? And isn't this way too sudden? What's going on exactly?
Oh, it's nothing. I just forgot to tell you, that's all. You weren't invited. I figured you'd throw a bit of a tantrum if you knew. So I decided to just keep it quiet.
What? I wouldn't throw a tantrum. It's not like I wanted to go in the first place. But I told you already, I wanted to talk with you about something important this weekend. I even asked you to keep it open, remember?
Oh, did you? Honestly? Is it really something you need to build up like that? If you got something to say, you can just say it now, you know.
I know, but I was hoping we could spend this weekend together. You've hardly been home lately, and I thought we could take it easy as a couple and, have a proper talk.
Come on, we can do that anytime. But I don't get to go on trips with my sister and her husband all that often, you know? It just so happens that the timing worked out for tomorrow. So of course I'm going to prioritize that. No reason for you to complain, right?
Why do you have to put it that way? Are you saying our marriage doesn't matter at all to you?
Oh, come on, give me a break. Why are you getting so hysterical about this? It's just a short trip, no big deal. You're making a whole thing and it's exhausting.
That's not the point I'm trying to make.
Anyways, I'm going out for drinks tonight, so I'll be back later. Just go to bed without waiting up for me, alright? I'd rather not come home till you're still awake. And don't worry about my packing. I can get everything done in no time, so you don't need to stress over it.
Understood. I'll go to sleep then. Take care and come home safely.
Hey, I'll be coming home tonight, but I'll have already eaten, so you don't need to prepare anything for dinner. My sister invited me out, and I'll be hanging out with her and her husband for a while. I don't think I'll be back too late, but don't worry about waiting up.
Oh, okay. I understand. But hey, they didn't ask you for any unusual favors this time, did they? I still remember what happened the last time. They invited you over for what you told me was just a casual meal, and I didn't think anything of it. Then you came back and told me they'd actually asked us to take care of their dog while they went on vacation. We both knew that our apartment doesn't allow pets, yet you just went ahead and accepted. I was the one left dealing with all the logistics of that mess, while you barely handled any of it yourself. After that whole situation, we agreed that you wouldn't accept any more favors from them without discussing it with me first. So I'd really like to hope there's nothing that's going on like that this time.
Come on, that was a different situation. I wasn't planning on taking any big favors or anything like that. I just wanted to try spending some time with a dog. Pets aren't allowed here, sure, but I wanted to have the experience of having a dog around, even if just for a little while. It wasn't like I was completely unaware of the trouble it caused, but I was hoping you understand. This time, though, there's no dog involved, so don't worry. I know you made your feelings clear on that last time. Honestly, I think I was more disappointed than anything else because of how mad you got. I didn't think you'd react that way.
Maybe you're the one who doesn't get it. Dogs aren't toys, you know. You can't just decide to try having a pet on a whim whenever you feel like it. That kind of behavior is irresponsible, and it's not fair to anyone involved. The dog, me, or anyone else who ends up affected. Anyway, let's set that aside for now. You're saying there's absolutely nothing strange this time, right?
I've already told you, I'm not taking care of any pets or anything. So can we move on? It's not that kind of visit. They just found a new place they're looking into and they wanted to show it to me. And no, it's not some place that would need us to babysit their dog or anything like that.
Wait, what? Are you certain this new place they're looking into doesn't allow pets or won't create any responsibilities we need to cover for? Because if they're looking for a setup where we're expected to take on any extra burdens for them, that's just not going to work for us. I don't want to go through another situation where we have to do extra for them because they made plans without thinking it through.
I already told you, it's not about pets at all. They're looking into a luxury condo, and it's all in their control. You don't need to worry. Besides, they only asked me for one small favor, and I doubt it's something that would even affect you.
Wait a second. What favor did they ask for? Why are you being so casual about this? When you say one small favor, what exactly did you agree to?
Oh well, my sister asked me if I'd be willing to co-sign on their new place. It's a luxury condo they're looking into, worth about $2 million. But hey, it's just a formality. It's not like I'm actually going to be responsible for any payments or anything. They just need someone to vouch, you know? It's all technical, really.
Wait, what? You're joking, right?
Not joking at all, actually. It's really not a big deal. I trust them completely. And they never skip out on something like this. It's just a piece of paper to help them out with the formalities. Come on, you can relax. Besides, if anything were to come up, I could always let you handle it. Not that anything would actually happen.
You can't be serious. I can't believe you agreed to do something like this without even consulting me. Do you have any idea what you've done? Co-signing on a loan that big is no small favor, and it's definitely not something you just casually agree to. Are you even aware of the potential consequences if they fail to pay?
What are you getting so worked up about? Are you saying that you don't trust my sister and her husband? That's kind of low, don't you think? This is family we're talking about here. My actual sister, you know?
To be honest, no, I don't trust them. We've been through enough with them in the past that I know better than to believe they wouldn't put us in an uncomfortable situation if it suited them. I've always felt that our values don't align, and I get the distinct impression that they only invited you out this time to keep me out of the way. They know you're more likely to agree to something impulsively, and if I was there, I would have told them no. Isn't that exactly why they conveniently chose to invite only you?
What are you even talking about? You sound paranoid. You're supposed to be my wife, aren't you? Why are you so skeptical?
I get it now. I should have been more cautious from the start. I didn't expect them to go this far, but I also didn't expect you to agree to something like this behind my back.
Enough with the accusations already. You're so cold-hearted, honestly. Isn't family important to you at all? This is my sister we're talking about. Isn't helping out family a natural thing to do?
Then explain this to me. Why didn't they invite me along with you if they see me as part of the family? If they respect us as a married couple, shouldn't they have asked us both to discuss this together? If you two really think of me as family, why didn't we all sit down together to agree on this?
They probably just thought you react the way you are now, nagging and making a big deal out of everything. I mean, just look at how you're handling it right now. Isn't this exactly why they thought it would be easier to talk to me alone?
So you're admitting that you knew I would have legitimate concerns about it, but you still went along with it because they made it easier by only inviting you? Isn't that exactly what happened? I've told you since before we got married that financial matters are very important to me. I made it clear that I wanted open communication about anything significant, and I specifically told you that I hate secrecy in any form. Didn't we both agree on these things? Or did those words mean nothing to you?
You're overreacting. It's not like I committed to us some massive financial expense. It's just co-signing, and I'm not hiding anything. I'm literally telling you right now. Maybe the real problem is how uptight you are. I bet this is why your last marriage didn't work out either. All these rules, all these restrictions, telling me not to hide things, not to lie, to consult you in every single detail. It's exhausting.
I'm just asking for basic respect and transparency, the kind of open communication any healthy marriage should have. You know what? I can't trust you anymore. I hate to admit it, but I think I made a huge mistake in trusting you. I'm done. I want a divorce.
Wait, what? Are you serious right now? You'd be on your second divorce, you know. You really mean it?
Yes, I do. Completely serious. If I stay with you, I feel like I'll only be dragged down further into a life of constant stress. I can't keep going like this. I'll pack my things and be done as soon as you sign the papers. You don't have to worry about me nagging you anymore.
That's actually funny. You know, it's not like you make that much from your job, right? Are you sure you'll be okay without me? You better think this through.
I'll manage just fine. And don't worry, I'll also be filing for alimony.
Alimony? Now you're being absurd. For what exactly?
Don't play dumb. You know very well why. I wanted to have this conversation in person, but I see there's no point in giving you any more chances. I know about your late nights, your constant disappearing acts, and the messages you've been hiding on your phone. You've broken every promise, so yes, I'll be getting what I'm legally entitled to.
Fine, go ahead. Do whatever you want. I don't care. Just don't expect me to be here when you get back.
Perfect. Don't be. Goodbye.
Thank you for the voice message earlier. I could hear your voice trembling, but I know you're not okay, are you? I understand the situation now. I can only imagine how painful things must be for you right now. But just hang in there a little longer. Today, no matter what time it is, come back to our family home. I'll come to pick you up. It doesn't matter how late it is.
Thank you so much, Mom. Earlier, I tried to be strong when I spoke to my husband, but I can't help but feel completely fed up right now. I don't think it's just sadness I'm feeling, so I'm okay. I've known for a while that he was having an affair with a woman from the company. It's infuriating and makes me want to throw up, but now I'm just filled with disbelief and anger.
I totally understand. I can't believe he would take on a $2 million joint guarantee without even asking you. It shocks me that there are people like him, aside from my ex-husband. Why do you think we always end up choosing people like this? It's so true. When my husband told me he had become a joint guarantor, I thought to myself, oh, my poor daughter, you must be feeling something similar. It reminded me of your father.
He went ahead and took out loans on his own, making you the guarantor without a second thought, saying everything would be fine, but then he couldn't pay it back and just ran away, leaving you with the entire burden. I have so much respect for you, Mom, for fighting through all that while raising me and trying to pay off the debts.
It was really tough, but because of those experiences, I now have my own business. I enjoy my work so much, so, in a way, it turned out well. I really didn't want you to go through the same thing, though.
I know, and that's why I tried to warn you before you married him. He knows about my past, about the difficulties you faced, and I made it very clear that any financial matters needed to be discussed openly. Yet, here we are. What is it with the men we seem to fall for? Are they all just losers?
It might be the case, huh? But even so, I want you to know that you're going to be okay. You're my child and you're strong. You can do your work well and you can enjoy life. You'll be able to live your life just fine, so please, don't worry about it.
Hearing you say that makes such a huge difference. When you say that, it reassures me, and I really do feel like I'll be okay. You're right. I'll definitely be all right. I'll embrace my new life and enjoy it.
And that's the spirit. Remember, you've always had the strength to get through tough times. It's like you've taught me resilience. You've been through so much, and yet you've always managed to bounce back. This will just be another hurdle that you'll overcome. You're not alone in this. I'm here with you, and we'll get through this together.
Thank you, Mom. I really appreciate your support. It's just that sometimes I feel overwhelmed and I start to doubt myself. But knowing you're here for me makes a world of difference.
You've grown up to be such a strong and capable woman, and I'm so proud of you.
I learned from the best. Watching you navigate all those challenges made me stronger.
I want you to remember that you deserve happiness and peace. Don't let the situation define you or your future. It's okay to feel angry or upset, but don't let those feelings take control. Instead, focus on what makes you happy and fulfilled.
You're right. I've been so caught up in my feelings of betrayal and anger that I've lost sight of what's really important. I need to find my joy again. I used to love painting and crafting. Maybe I should pick up those hobbies again. They always made me feel alive.
Absolutely. You should definitely do that. Reconnecting with your passions can really help you clear your mind and give you a sense of purpose. Plus, it's a great way to express yourself.
Art has a way of healing wounds that words sometimes can't reach. I've missed that feeling. It's been so long since I've allowed myself to enjoy those simple pleasures. I think I'll take some time this weekend to get my art supplies out and start creating again. It'll be nice to rediscover that part of myself.
That sounds amazing. I can't wait to see what you create. Remember, it's not about being perfect. It's about enjoying the process and expressing what's in your heart. And who knows? Maybe you'll discover a new passion that brings you even more joy.
Thank you for always encouraging me, Mom. You remind me that it's okay to be vulnerable and that I can always rely on you. I'll keep pushing forward and focus on rebuilding my life. Together, we can make it through anything.
Together? Absolutely. I'm so glad we can talk about these things. You're not just my daughter, you're also my inspiration. Let's embrace this new chapter in our lives and make it the best one yet.
Yes, let's do that. I'm ready to take on this new adventure with you by my side.
Daisy, can we please talk about getting back together? I've thought a lot about things since you left.
What? There's no way I would consider that. Speaking of which, I didn't realize I hadn't blocked you yet. I was shocked to receive your message.
Just hear me out. After you were gone, I finally understood how important you were to me. You always managed to balance work and household responsibilities perfectly. Living alone has really shown me just how quickly a place can get messy, and how much time it takes to prepare meals, do laundry, and take care of everything. It's been a real struggle, especially with the cold water making my hands rough and raw. It's been a disaster. Honestly, I am so grateful for everything you did for me. I want you to give our life together another shot.
This is so typical of you. Now you realize how much I contributed to your life and think you can just ask me to come back? I would almost ask for compensation for all that time I wasted on you. If I were to remarry you, I would be giving you a free pass to have me take care of everything again. Why on earth would I want to become your maid again? Absolutely not. You have no idea how hard I've been working while you were living in comfort. Just because you are now struggling doesn't mean you get to offload that struggle onto me. You're still as selfish as ever.
Maud, don't say things like that. I've actually started to change a little, you know?
Really? And what's the truth behind that claim?
Huh? What do you mean?
I know you well enough to guess that your sister and her husband ran off, leaving you with their debt, and now you're in a panic trying to drag me down with you, right?
That's not it. Not exactly. You figured me out pretty well there. Actually, I did lose them. I'm drowning in debt now. After I paid you the alimony, everything spiraled out of control. Living alone has become unbearable, and my debt is piling up. I'm really scared that if this continues, I won't be able to handle it anymore.
Oh, really? That's fascinating. I have to say, I'm genuinely interested and can't help but think that you brought this on yourself.
Why would you think that? I'm still your ex-husband. Don't forget you said you wanted kids. You talked about how you dreamed of having a family and living happily ever after.
Yes, that was my dream. I've always wanted to be a mother. I longed for a child. My first husband, before you, was unable to have kids due to a health condition. He hid that from me before we got married, even though he knew I desperately wanted children. After we got married, we had a lot of arguments, which I shared with you before we tied the knot. I thought you understood where I was coming from, and now it feels like you've completely forgotten all of that.
I knew about it, but I must have pushed it out of my mind. I understood why you had issues with secrets and deception because of the troubles with your first husband. I was aware of that.
But when you divorced me, you threw that in my face, telling me how I hated secrets and couldn't forgive lies, and that's why I had to leave my first husband. You were fully aware of all of that.
You're right. I might have said that. I'm sorry. But I've changed now. I genuinely want to get back with you. I want to try again.
I truly want to cut all ties with you. That's why I divorced you. My father left behind a mountain of debt and disappeared, and my mother has struggled ever since. I believe I have shared all of this with you before.
I understand that, but it doesn't change anything between us now.
The fact that you can't connect those dots is precisely why we shouldn't be together.
Please, I'm begging you. If things continue this way, I won't be able to survive. Help me pay off my debts. I know you loved working. You enjoyed it, right? That's why you worked, even though you could have been a stay-at-home wife.
That's not the case. I've learned that I have to protect myself, so I've worked hard, studied for qualifications, and honed my skills. Thanks to that, I've been just fine after our divorce. In fact, I'm happier than ever.
Why would you say that? Why would you say such things to me? I have no one else to rely on but you.
Don't think you can lean on me anymore, you loser. You are nothing to me now. You're just a stranger. How long are you going to keep acting so spoiled? I've told you time and again that you should consult someone about your money troubles. The fact that you've chosen to live your life irresponsibly is not my fault. Enjoy drowning in your sea of debt.
Please, don't talk like that.
Why? Because it's the truth. You've made your bed, now lie in it. You think I would want to help you again after everything? No way. You've proven that you haven't changed at all, and I have no interest in returning to that life. I've spent so long freeing myself from the chains you put on me.
No, Daisy, I really need you.
You don't need me. You need someone to bail you out of the mess you created. You think I'm just going to come back and take care of everything again? You really have no idea how much I've grown and how strong I've become since our split. I'm living my life now, and I refuse to be dragged back into your chaos.
I can't do this alone. I'll really be in trouble if this keeps up. I can't manage without you.
Not my problem. You made your choices, and now you have to deal with the consequences. You chose to live a life that was careless and irresponsible, and I won't be a part of that anymore. I deserve better than to be treated like a safety net for your mistakes.
I just don't understand how you can turn your back on someone you once loved.
You don't get it, do you? Love doesn't mean sacrificing my happiness and well-being for you. You've made it clear time and again that you only think about yourself and what you want. I'm not your caregiver anymore.
But I changed. I'm trying to do better. I want us to be a family. We can work through this together.
What family? You think we can just pick up where we left off? You think I would willingly jump back into a relationship that nearly ruined me? You're delusional.
I'm begging you. Just give me one more chance. I'll show you I can change.
Change? You mean saying whatever it takes to get me back? This is typical of you. You've never been sincere. How can I trust that you really mean what you say now? You're just scared, and you think throwing some sweet talk my way will fix everything.
Daisy, please. You're the only person I can count on. I don't know what else to do.
Then figure it out. You need to learn how to take responsibility for your own life. I won't be your crutch. If you continue to lean on me, it will only drag me down again, and I refuse to let that happen. You should be ashamed of how you've handled everything.
But I really need help. I can't face this alone.
That's not my problem anymore. I've worked too hard to rebuild my life, and I refuse to let you come in and wreck it again. You've caused enough damage, and I'm not going to sit by and let you do it again.
Please, I'm begging you. Don't leave me like this. I can't handle it.
You should have thought about that before. You need to learn that actions have consequences, and you have to face them alone now. Stop expecting me to fix your mistakes. It's not fair to me. I've done my time dealing with your chaos, and I won't go back to it.
You don't have to be so cruel. I can change. I want to change for us.
No, you want to change for yourself. You only want to change because you're scared and desperate. Don't confuse that with love. I'm done trying to convince you of anything. You need to wake up and see how your choices affect others.
I just wanted us to be happy together. Why can't you see that?
Because happiness isn't built on illusions. You've created this mess, and I won't be a part of your fairy tale anymore. I deserve my happiness, and it won't be found by going back to you. After I blocked my ex-husband from all contact, it seems he lost his only source of support and fell into a pit of debt. I heard through the grapevine that he eventually resorted to borrowing from loan sharks, leading him down a dark path. Rumor has it that he's now involved in some pretty shady dealings. There are various theories about why he vanished from sight. Some say he was taken by gangsters and forced onto a fishing boat for tuna, while others claim he's living in some dangerous foreign city, selling organs just to survive. Regardless of the details, one thing is clear. He certainly isn't thriving in any way. Hearing these stories brings me a strange sense of satisfaction, as I finally let go of the negative emotions tied to him. The choice to block him was not an easy one. It took a long time for me to reach that point. I spent years hoping he would change, that he would somehow transform into the person I once fell in love with. I tried everything, including counseling and discussions about our issues, but nothing seemed to work. Each time he would promise to do better, but it would only be a matter of time before he slipped back into old habits. When I think back on those days, I realize how trapped I felt. I was clinging to the hope that our relationship could improve, but I was only deluding myself. Blocking him was my only way of finally asserting control over my life, a decision I made to protect my well-being. I had to prioritize myself and my happiness over the misguided loyalty I felt towards him. Now that I'm free from that toxic relationship, I'm focusing on my own life and happiness. It's empowering to know that I made a difficult choice for my own sake. I've learned to embrace the idea of being single and enjoying my independence. It's a refreshing change after years of feeling weighed down by my past. I'm now actively engaged in the world of dating, determined to find someone who is genuinely good for me. I've joined various dating platforms and even attended social events specifically designed for singles. I've met some interesting people along the way, each with their own unique stories and backgrounds. It's both exciting and a little nerve-wracking to put myself out there, but I'm committed to finding a partner who will treat me with the respect and love I deserve. Still, I can't help but reflect on my previous relationship from time to time. It's hard not to think about the years I invested and the dreams I had for our future together. Yet, I've come to understand that those dreams were based on a fantasy rather than reality. I was often caught up in what could have been rather than what was. Now, I've shifted my focus to the present and the possibilities that lie ahead. Being single has opened up a world of opportunities for me. I can make spontaneous decisions without having to consult anyone else. I can travel wherever I want, explore new hobbies, and spend time with friends and family without feeling guilty or torn. It's liberating to be able to live life on my own terms, and I find myself enjoying activities I had neglected for far too long. As I navigate this new chapter in my life, I've discovered a newfound strength within myself. I'm learning to love myself more, appreciating my individuality and what makes me unique. This journey has also helped me recognize the importance of setting boundaries and knowing my worth. I won't settle for less than I deserve, and I'm not afraid to walk away from anyone who doesn't align with my values. In my quest for love, I've also been working on understanding what I truly want in a partner. I've spent time reflecting on the qualities that matter most to me: kindness, honesty, ambition, and a sense of humor. These traits are essential for me, and I won't compromise on them. I want someone who challenges me to grow and who can support me through life's ups and downs. While I'm excited about the prospect of finding a new partner, I'm also cautious. I've learned the hard way that not everyone who enters my life has good intentions. I'm more aware of red flags and warning signs, and I trust my instincts when it comes to relationships. It's a relief to know that I have the power to choose who I allow into my life and that I won't tolerate any form of disrespect. At the same time, I'm not putting pressure on myself to rush into another relationship. I'm enjoying the journey of self-discovery and personal growth. I've taken this time to invest in myself, pursuing interests I've always wanted to explore, like painting, hiking, and even volunteering for causes I care about. Each experience has enriched my life and helped me develop a deeper understanding of who I am. As I move forward, I carry the lessons from my past with me. I'm grateful for the growth that has come from my experiences, even the painful ones. They have shaped me into the person I am today, stronger, wiser, and more resilient. I won't allow anyone, not even my ex-husband, to define my worth or dictate my happiness. In conclusion, while I may have blocked my ex-husband and cut ties with a toxic past, I've opened the door to a bright future filled with endless possibilities. I'm excited to continue this journey of self-exploration and eventually find a love that is healthy, supportive, and fulfilling. The path ahead is mine to shape, and I'm determined to make the most of it.